Hello! Today we're going to talk about something a little bit that we've already learned in class. We're going to review writing letters. So, the beginning of a letter is called the opening. And the opening is the way that you're going to greet your reader. So, it could also be called a greeting. This may be the more common term that you hear. So, what are some things that we start a letter with? Well, we might start with dear. Dear Mom, Dear Joseph, Dear Miss Bell. Okay? So, something that we want to notice about all of our greetings is that they're all followed by a comma. So, you will notice that in any greeting that you use. Another way to greet or to start a letter is with the phrase, "to whom it may concern." Now, this phrase is going to be more commonly used if you don't know exactly who you're writing to. So you may be sending a letter to a company to ask a question about their product. Or you may be sending a letter to a company to get a job. And you may not know the name of the exact person who's going to be reading that letter. So in this case, you would use the address "to whom it may concern." And notice again the comma. The next part of the letter we're going to talk about is the body. So just like when writing a story or a paragraph or any other piece of writing, you're going to have a body portion. This body portion, when you're writing a letter, is going to be written in first and second person. So by this, I mean that when you're writing a letter to someone, you're not going to be writing to them in third person. You're not going to be writing to them saying, "Miss Cunningham wants to know if they can get a job with you." You're going to be writing to them as if you are speaking to them in person. Now, you may write in third person if you're telling a story through your letter. But as far as addressing the reader or referring to yourself, you will be speaking in first and second person. Now, the last part of the letter is going to be the closing. So there are many ways that you can close a letter, depending on what type of letter it is. If it's a formal letter, meaning that it needs to be professional and it is not to someone very close to you, then you may use a more formal closing. However, if you're writing a letter to, say, your mom or your brother or your sister, you may use the ending love. So, you may finish your sentence or your letter with "Love, Miss Cunningham." However, you may not want to use this if you are sending a professional or a formal letter. Again, we want to notice the comma at the end of each closing. Another very common closing to letters is "sincerely." Sincerely is a polite and professional way, but it's not too formal. It can still be used in a casual setting. So sincerely is a very common and a very useful ending to letters. Another letter ending may be regards or with regards or even best regards. This letter ending is a type of way to say, well, it means to give your best wishes and your best hopes for the reader. Again, it is followed by a comma. And finally is respectfully. Respectfully is a very professional and courteous way to end a letter. It's very commonly seen in business letters or in those types of letters who you may be sending "to whom it may concern." So you may not know exactly who is reading it, but you want the reader to know that you're sending your regards very respectfully and that you're in a professional setting. So that's going to be our quick review of letter writing. And now I would like each of you to fill out your T-charts that you were given, and you can do this with the help of your parents or your guardians. And you may refer back to the video to look for some more ideas. So this way you'll have a nice list of both openings and greetings as well as closings to refer to in the future when we're writing our letters in class and outside of class. Have a good day.